Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting.
Čaute, čaute. Tak sme späť v dobrodružstve Alana Wakea. Pátráme stále po svojej žene. A ideme za Rose, ktorá niečo pre nás má. To je tá baramanka, čo po nás ide. A v kľude mi do komentu napíšte, či chcete, aby som pokračoval v tejto hre. Či vás to baví, alebo nie. Aby som vedel, či dáme zmenu, alebo to skúsime dohrať. Dobre, poďme na to. Nech nezdržujeme.
So much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Díky, že si mi tu porozprával. No a ty ma doveď, Gross. Tu máte riadne úbytko. A v tom člne býva kto? To je určite tamten, rovno pred nami. Pozrime sa, jaká kára. Idem za tebou, no. Ja by si dlho na mňa nečakal.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Vám to tu dobre pristalo, no poďme. No nehovor, že je v tomto. Keby tu obsluhovala. A nie. Randolphe, otevři. Snáď ju tu nedržíš, akože v zajatí.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratchin' Hag.
Mrkneme to tu. Pardon, poďme radšej za ním. Nejak im to tu váľam. Vandál.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Či ty po smetiaku chodíš?
She knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
No, možno aj niečo viac, ak by chcela, ale asi si len pokecame. Dobre. Šup.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Je divná.
Oh yes. Yes. Please come in.
Fez je divná.
Hey, this is really good. Rose.
Yes.
My manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
No pekne, niečo nám dala do kávy, že prečo je taká dobrá, že?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
To je tá bosarka, čo nám dala ten kľúč.
Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Kámo, ja som sa snad zobudil tunák, ale on tam furt je zvalený. Troška úchylné, ale no dobre.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car.
Termsko.
Once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Tá je mimo.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
Tak ho tu necháme, no. Super.
Right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Však nech zavolá policajtov.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had.
Aspoň to niečo posvieti.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts.
Len to ale nechce počúvať.
The occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on
A tam je.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI.
Wow, hore ruky, ne?
You're under arrest.
Ne, nedám.
You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face. Stay right where you are, Spillane.
Čo im to hrabe?
I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac.
Im to hrabe na čisto?
I hated to leave Barry behind.
Že najprv strieľať, až potom sa pýtať. To sú magory. Strieľajú po spisovateľovi. No nie sú fakt normálni.
That was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
No, tu si musíme dať bacha, aby sme sa nevyrýpali dole. Až oni ešte idú mňa naháňať. Pozrime sa, čo sa im tu robí.
The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Majú ma. No ale si ty... Ty vole, tie vtaky sundali vrtuľník. Jasne, všetci si budú myslieť, že to je moja vina.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. But they were... Hey.
To čo sa to tam deje?
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean? Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Čo, ale nemám ani baterku, nič. Ani zbraň. Ne, ty vole, on sa to zavrelo. No dobre.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Máme to svetlo, takže vyskúšame to.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Tak to je dobré na sračky. Dobre, máme lampáš.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in.
Dobre, máme nejaké granáty, no dobre. Akože to zaujímavé.
Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please. Over.
Dobre. Veď ísť do prčíc.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Main. It's no Peabody, Pat. What's on your mind?
Ako neviem, na čo sú mi baterky, keď nemám zbraň. Ja ich tak čo, umlatiť ich baterkou nemôžem.
What's going on, do you know? I don't know, but there's a
Kurník, nechcel som 2. Fú, šmejdi!
I hope Lane could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
2 granáty, kurník.
What do you mean? Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Oh, do prdele.
What's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Tak to je nejaký magor.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going.
Napr 2
I
granáty.
had to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Šmejdi jedný. Kde to tu nahodiť? Fú. No nič, musíme ísť ďalej.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use. Ty vole. Smag horí tu na. God said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Teraz chytáš telefón do ruky.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again. But she had called me. I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
The
darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Ty vole, ti hrabe! Kokos, tu ešte je posadnuté železo. Toto je moc. Ktože tu po mne idú nejakí tí duchovia? Ešte tu ma chce nejaké železo zabiť. To už není normálne toto.
Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Did you call 911?
Mr. Tumagori! Všetkým na čisto hrabe. FBI ma chce zabiť. Policajti ma naháňajú. Železná konštrukcia ide po mne. Brutál.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me down. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Dáme si svetlicu teda. Máme tak už... No zlom si nohu. Ty vole, jasné, bager. Kokos, ešte aj bager. Čo ma tu ešte bude chcieť sepáliť? Nájdi nejaký nôž, kde ho má nájsť. Možno bude v aute. Tam možno nemôžu.
The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him
Jdi
any
do
other choice.
uhelního dolu,
A
on
drowning
to
man
hrabe.
clutching a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me
Prečo do dolu, veď tam je tma jak v prdeli.
Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
No, zaví sa.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Inak nič, čunák. Môžeme si vymeniť auto? Bereme iné? Čo? A tak poďme týmto. Čiže pozrieme, či sme nerozbili svetla. Nie. Má to výdrž. Čo to bolo? Už na mňa útočia aj cez deň. Čo je moc, to je moc toto. Dobre, možno tu niečo nájdeme užitočného.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? Hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well,
Bože, ale mne sa to nechce stať.
I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. I let her.
Ak si nejakí turisti nechali auto. Keď to bol nejaký šporťák, už som vám ho zobral, ale ideme po tejto polnej ceste, tak necháme toto. Ale môžem čmajznúť auto, nič, pohode. Kamo, to volá. Airbag žiaden. Fú.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Auto pripravené k úteku, aj keď si myslím, že už autom sa nikde nedostanem.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good. I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake! Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello?
No ale to už zahlušíme asi až v ďalšej časti. Takže nezabudnite dať like a odber. A tešte sa na pokračovanie. Takže čaute.